Grabbing some Slingshot protein, hydrolyzed whey protein. Can't wait till later in 2021 when we dump an entire supplement line on your head. First things first will be the steak shake. I know you guys are excited about that. Oh, whoops, we got to put water in here first. Don't want it to get all messed up because the bottom of this cup's already wet. There's some science to making a shake, right? Gonna dump that in there. That's right, we got protein coming out. We have intra-workout, post-workout. The intra-workout has ketones in it. The pre-workout has ketones in it, and the electrolytes also have ketones in it. You guys are gonna love some of the stuff that we're coming out with. Steak shake will probably drop in about 3 weeks from right now, and it's like the beginning of February, so maybe towards the end of February. Right now, mixing this guy up, Slingshot hydrolyzed whey protein. Those of you who've never had this before, you would really love the taste, really love the flavor. It's post-workout, so I'm going to load with some protein. See if we have some chocolate element, because this stuff is fantastic. Yep. Element is a great product. I'm very fortunate these guys sponsor the podcast. My boy Keto Gains is involved in this, as well as the world famous Rob Wolf. Rob Wolf did the Paleo Solution. Some of you may be aware of that. That's the diet that started it all for me. Started my weight loss from 330. I got down to 270 simply by following some of the guidance of Rob Wolf and the Paleo Solution. So this is adding electrolytes. I talk about this all the time. If you feel like you're going to pass out during your workouts, if you feel like you have low energy and you're on either a calorie restricted type of plan where you're in a caloric deficit, or if you're not eating a lot of carbohydrates and you start to feel fatigued, worn out, run down, you get done with a set of leg extensions or curls or whatever it is you're doing for the day, some squats, and you kind of feel lightheaded and woozy and those kinds of things. Those things happen. Those things, they can happen on some of these diets, but they'll be less likely to happen if you utilize some electrolytes. For me personally, I'm someone that suffered from leg cramps in the middle of the night that were absolutely hellacious. They freaking hurt really, really bad. And it's probably been about a year since I've had a leg cramp. A lot of it had to do with adding salt, but it also had a lot to do with adding some element. I usually mix in half a packet because a full packet is a little salty for my taste buds, so I do about half a packet. And we're going to give her the old mixeroo. And in accordance to my buddy shaking up. Shake, shake, shake. In accordance to my buddy Joel Green, we're going to drink this, and then 30 minutes later, I'm going to eat a cookie. Testing out some different things, trying to see if some of this theory works. But by loading some protein and some fat, I'll have to search around here for some fat. Actually, I just see some MCT oil over there, so that'll work. Maybe I'll dump some of that MCT oil powder in here. And about 30 minutes from now, I'm going to eat a little bit of carbohydrates. It's supposed to reduce the spike in glucose that you normally would get from eating such a thing as a cookie. It's also post-workout too, so supposedly my muscles should be able to soak up those carbohydrates a little bit better. Before I go for the MCT oil, let me see what we have in here. Is this one it? German chocolate. This one, boozy frozen hot chocolate. But I guess I'll try this one. Try this guy. Gonna leave this out for a couple minutes. And let me add some fat to my shake. I actually have some of this stuff right here, which I didn't even know this was over here, but this is perfect. Some bulletproof coffee. This is a bulletproof coffee mix. It's, for those of you who don't know what bulletproof coffee is, it's MCT oil and butter, basically. And this doesn't even have coffee in it. This is just the mix. So You can get this off of Amazon. Fairly expensive, but a pretty good product, and you can dump it in your coffee if you're into having bulletproof coffee. I wrote a book many moons ago called The War on Carbs. Greatest book ever written on low-carb dieting. Super simple. It's more like a manual than anything else. And if you're like, man, that's a pretty bold statement, him saying it's the best book ever on a low-carb diet, but you read it, you check it out, and you tell me. You try to come back at me and tell me that it's not the best book ever written. Tell me which one is. Because it cuts right to the chase. It starts out right with the diet, gives you everything you need to know. No BS. But bulletproof coffee is a method that I talk about utilizing in the War on Carbs book. It's kind of a way of fasting, a way of using intermittent fasting. So instead of pure fasting, you are just having fat and coffee, or fat in your coffee. I bet you didn't know I had it like this. Should be good to go. Give it a try. Give it a shot here. It's delicious. Just like I thought. Chocolate element, you could throw it in. You could throw this in your morning coffee too. It's freaking amazing. Throw it in your protein shake. It's awesome. Here's our, does that say boozy frozen hot chocolate? I think that's what it says. Well, it ain't frozen anymore. I cooked it in here for a little while. We're going to check her out. You're kind of thinking like another cheeseburger coming out of there. No cheeseburger. It's a cookie. Whoop. That's the way the cookie crumbles. There we go. All right, we got this cookie. Gonna give it a go. See what we got going on here. It's extremely chocolatey. This is like chocolate bomb. It's really, really freaking good. So I had my protein shake post-workout. Now I'm eating this. This is sort of an excuse just to be fat. But it's fantastic. I think maybe next week I'll throw on that glucose monitor so you guys can see what kind of impact it has. Eat some carby type foods, but after I eat protein first. Oh, there's something else in here. Maybe like some marshmallow. I always like to make sure my fatness is worth it. So this is pretty good. It's not my style. I'm gonna eat like this chunk of it and I'm gonna be done. That's taken a while to build up some self-control, but I've learned a lot of times I just think I like something. Like this is a cookie, so you automatically think that you're gonna love it. And I do like it a lot. It's really good. But I really like just more like a regular traditional chocolate chip cookie. And if it was that, I'd probably eat the whole thing. I had a breakthrough the other day. I put my Ben & Jerry's away. I didn't throw away the lid. I ate about half of it, and it was good. I had Netflix and chilled, but it wasn't like amazing, so I was like, I'm gonna put this back. Little things, little tidbits of progress. That took me a long time. I've been messing around with diet stuff for 20 years, maybe even longer. So that's how long it took me to only eat half the Ben & Jerry's instead of just immediately throwing away the lid and not having any qualms about crushing the whole pint. Strength is never weakness, weakness is never strength. Catch you guys later.